So first question, sir, related to WTO. Recently, WTO projection, they said global trade in goods is set to decline, and it is going from 12% to 32%, the range. Now, in such a situation where WTO itself, that is World Trade Organization itself, is saying there is a going to decline in the sharp decline in international trade. Now, so in such a scenario, what step Indian exporters should take so that they can minimize that decline for India perspective instead of global? And if possible, can this be converted into a positive projection instead of decline?
Okay. Now, this is a very important and interesting question. See, we have been living through a phase post 1980s where actually exports globally have been expanding at a rate which is often in many years, in fact in most of the years after 1990s, which has been more than 1.5 times the GDP growth. So export growth has really been good, and growth rate of exports being more than GDP growth rate indicates that the world economy was increasingly opening up, and the world economy was increasingly becoming interdependent, trading with each other, and taking us to perhaps the Ricardian principle of theory of comparative advantage, whereby trade and commerce was developing, international trade was happening in a very good manner. This has led to a lot of benefits. In fact, this has led to benefits of upliftment of people from the below the poverty line. You can see the countries of East Asia and so many other countries which have actually had an upsurge in their national income, primarily because of the exports being pushed up. We have seen the benefit reaching to the customers, to the consumers, to small people, to the artisans, to everyone around, the upsurge in exports. Unfortunately, with COVID-19, the scenario looks frighteningly set to change. And that is what is the worrying point. I would not have any means to disprove what WTO has to say. And very frankly, it looks very logical that global trade would fall. As it is, we have lost almost half of the year, or maybe slightly more, and no one knows how much more loss would be there. Now, a very distinctive feature in all this is essentially that what is happening today is not a decline in demand alone, or a decline in supply alone, or inability to supply good quality product, or inability to supply product at a competitive rate, which is pulling down exports. What is also happening is the whole amount of uncertainty around, the amount of fear, the amount of uncertainty about what will happen tomorrow, the amount of uncertainty whether a particular product would be carrying the virus with it or not, is actually putting a fear behind the mind of customers and consumers and the mind of policymakers also, which will have a negative impact, which could rather have a very negative impact on growth of trade. Now, so what is happening here is that we are moving away from a fundamental economic analysis of only demand and supply being the determinants of trade, or quality and price being the determinants of trade. We are going further to certain qualitative factors, factors like lack of confidence or factors like confidence, which is going to dominate the scenario for trade and commerce to grow. Now, this is in broad perspective a scenario. There's another threat, which is there in the global value chain threat. That I will come to later when you have a separate question, global value chain. So essentially, one side, we will definitely have a situation, at least going by present indications, that there would be large amount of layoffs and large amount of loss of jobs, loss of business opportunities, which could happen. And as a result of loss of business opportunities and loss of job, there is automatically going to be a lack in demand. There are different type of supply constraints which have started coming up that would push up the production cost and make exports uncompetitive. And my favorite point of lack of confidence, or confidence as a factor, would also drag down exports. Now, what are the revealing things here, or redeeming things here rather? Now, a couple of important things which I feel one should look at. I am not saying that this is the final word, but I think these things would be important and quite a determinant effect it would have. First and foremost is that so far as exports are concerned, if global trade and global shipping lines have to slow down because of lack of adequate amount of commodities to carry or lack of adequate amount of products to carry, and you already have a trend or a direction being shown by reduction in containerized cargo so far as exports is concerned. Now, containerized cargo means basically the consumer goods, the FMCG type of products, the consumer durable products and all are coming down in exports. Okay. So that shows the customer preferences and all. Now, if that happens, and if really the shipping lines are not carrying large amount of goods, and if there is a fear factor around, then a very important thing which could happen is perhaps trade with neighbors or nearby countries could increase in the days to come. Trade with nearby countries and trade with neighbors may look more promising and very, very important so far as trade, international trade is concerned. And India, with its vast neighborhood, would have a good opportunity so far as trade is concerned, provided the Indian exporters start concentrating more and more at the nearby market. Second, we have to be doubly enthusiastic in ensuring that medium to long-term contracts which have been signed do live with it. There should not be a fall-off of these contracts. That would be a second important thing, because with surplus commodities being produced elsewhere, if exports go down, there could be a tendency of dumping of products. So we must ensure that the quality is maintained, delivery schedules are maintained. We must ensure that products actually are marketed, meeting the satisfaction of the nearby customers. The third important point which has to be noted is that along with maintaining our thing, we would perhaps for a first time have an opportunity to get new customers with us, provided, because certain customers would be losing, could be losing out, or could be coming out of the existing supplier base, primarily because of the distance adding to the cost, primarily because of lack of confidence, etc., etc. So there could be a chance whereby these customers or these countries could look at exports, look at importing from India. The fourth important thing which would be there is that India has a diversified economy compared to all its neighbors, okay, and all its neighbors that way are could be made dependent on India because of the additional knowledge-based exports which India can make, additional sophisticated engineering and other products where knowledge content is high. That is another important area where India can look at if there is a significant fall, or if there is fall in exports by other advanced countries to these countries, then perhaps India could have a market to fill it up. And lastly, what is very, very important is that it is high time exporters also started increasingly concentrating and focusing on the domestic market, because for quite some years to come, the domestic market would start playing an important role in exports. Now, both for exports to neighboring countries and also for domestic market, it would be necessary for us to draw up a combination factor, like what type of products, product mapping, what type of product would suit what type of market and all, and accordingly try to manufacture and try to distribute such products. This is in short my thoughts on this. Thank you.
Great inputs are very positive input, especially when WTO is saying negative or decline projection. There are tremendous opportunities for India market due to its diversified economy. So definitely your inputs are going to give a lot of value addition to exporters of India.